highly recommend you to turn on CC because my voice is hard to listen.
Quinque or Kagune is a type of weapon on the CCG and gold side in Ro-ghoul. And when it comes to the best weapon, for each side in the early game, you will probably say Scorpion 156 for CCG and Tokyo Ghoul. But after playing the game for about a month, I believe this is not entirely true. Yes, for Gold, Tokyo is the best for new player, but CCG is another story. I saw many YouTubers claiming that Scorpion is the best, but it's not entirely true. So in this video, I will try to prove that Scorpion is not the only option for CCG. As a new player, these are the basic standards that the player has to provide for you. They have to contain all of this. Range with DPS can be used to AFK, mobility, and chip. Range is to defeat an enemy from a distance without risking your life. DPS for low player don't have that much damage to defeat an NPC that fast, so this will overcome the weakness in the early game. Mobility, so you can run away from danger or traveling around the map incredibly fast, especially when you want to fight the level 450 boss. Fight them first, try to do as much damage as possible, then announce this to the server and let them do the rest. Cheap is too obvious. The beginner don't have that much money and running in Ro-ghoul is painful and time consuming. Can be used to AFK. Many weapons can or not very effective to AFK, and AFK missing is a must. But that is only standard we need because they support a new player or not. They need to only support each other, making the beginner have a much easier lifetime and less pain. Now you know about the standard stuff that I will believe is necessary and a must. So let's see our weapon candidate. As for the weapon, I will choose all the weapons below 1 million yen because most players in the game consider above threshold expensive. I don't know why, but they said that anyway. These are those weapons. For criteria chip, we can easily exclude rotten follow T-human because they are quite expensive. With range, Katana and Eye Patch are unable to respond. All of their skills don't have any range, and they allow you to get close between you and the enemy, which is a terrible idea because you don't have that much defense on the beginning. DPS is almost a must for all weapons in the game, and Yamada F is the only range skill. It has a pretty long cooldown in my opinion, even though the skill has some decent range and you can use it to AFK, but I promise you it's not very great. So it all comes down to one weapon, the Scorpion 156. It has the range, a quite good range to defeat the enemy from distance. The Scorpion 156 has two skills, is a range, the R is a burst damage, meanwhile the F is a stun, making the most basic combo is F plus R. This combo will guarantee for you to hit all the knife from the R skill. The E can be considered as a mobility ability. Most of the time you will be using this skill to traveling around. It can be used as damage, but it's not very great at that circumstance. Therefore, I like to use it like a second dash. With the low cooldown from the R skill, the main damage skill, Scorpion 156 can deal a serious damage if you can hit all 4 knives, which is pretty easy to hit because the NPC just run at you anyways. AFK is another strength because Scorpion 156 has been the fastest M1 in the game. It has a lot of players who love to AFK or the people who don't have that much time. All in all, it's amazing. It provides everything you ask in one weapon. It has the range, damage, mobility, and the only downside is that it's not very cheap. All of that makes Scorpion 156 is the best option for beginners. But I believe this weapon is not the only option you have for the CCG. I saw a lot of videos on YouTube talk about how good this weapon is, but for the criteria chip, this weapon can't be acceptable. The idea of the best weapon for CCG, in my opinion, is not approved. But there's still one Quinque that you can do all of the above and cheap. I send to you the Clip Wings, one of the most underrated weapons in Ro-ghoul. Clip Wings is a special Quinque. It has the potential that no one knows about. Firstly, let's go through the ability of Clip Wings, which will provide you when you buy it. A big difference is that this Quinque is using the bullet, therefore it needs to reload 30 bullets only, and when it's all gone or you want to reload, pressing R will reload the whole magazine. A is a close range melee with a very low cooldown. F is a slash skill, have 2 slash, and the second slash will lead be a dash. C is a simple dash, depending on where you want to dash. Just simply press that button and see it should dash to the direction you want. So you have to hold the left click to fire, which is the main DPS of the weapon. But it has to be reloaded constantly. Does this make the Clip Wing DPS discontinuously? Well, if you find the whole magazine and then reload and then shoot the whole magazine again, you will soon realize that the R skill, aka the reload button, can already be used. Therefore, you can just continue spraying down the target you want, wherever you want, because the R skill have a very low cooldown. So it seems like a big advantage at first, but it's actually not affecting you at all. For the F and C ability, most of the time you can using those skills to traveling around the map. If you put 100 points for strength and 200 points for speed, combine this with the F and skill, you can travel very fast, and sometimes you can outrun the predator who try to kill you for no reason at all. For the E can use for AFK with the low cooldown ability. This can be considered a Scorpion 156 M1. It probably not as fast, but it's also very quick. I mean, the thing you need to get used to is when you use shift lock. The crosshair is much more higher than usual, but it is for a good thing. It mainly helps aiming much more easier and give you a better view. Okay, now you know abilities and the basic of them and their usage. Now let me show you how to clip wings. To get the weapon, all you need to do is enter the code. Most of the code give you 5 million immediately, so just take it and go to the store and buy it. Find the normal NPC is quite simple. Aim at them and then shoot. Even if you don't have enough damage, the DPS doesn't drop, and if you are staying far enough, an NPC won't trap you. And with zero defense in the early game, this is absolutely amazing. When the NPC goes down, using F and C to get close and collect their corpse. After that, go far away and then do that again. Or you can just farm in the Investigator until you got 200 Quinque and take the revolution quest. Me and my friend have some experiment about the range of the Clip Wing and the Scorpion 156. It's just a small comparison between the range, and turn out the Clip Wings has more range than the Scorpion. We tested in the area since it is our only way to know. We count each way and turn out the Scorpion 156, the C and the F skill both have less range than the Clip Wings M1. So basically the range Scorpion 156 is unbeatable compared to Clip Wings. And now it's for the boss. There is one feature that I haven't told you yet is that the clip wings is the only Quinque or maybe the only weapon that can be shot anywhere and at any direction you want. So fighting boss is quite safe unless you getting killed by any player. These are some spots for each spot, and of course the Gaia boss don't have any, but the other one I do have for each spot. And this spot is amazing because you won't take any damage from the boss if you stay in there. He is so dumb. So does clip wings have any downside? Yes, it have a small weakness. It's a unique aiming thing. You see, when you shoot the bullet, it will be slower than the place you want it to hit. But it doesn't really matter because you don't want to using this in the PvP where people just spamming skill and dash. It intended for new player who will only focus on farming. I'm generally saying that it's not completely bad or trash or something like that. I just want to show my opinion about the forgotten weapon that no one knows about. You can still using Scotland if you want. On this video, it's not convincing you enough. It's up to you. But I still think that you should give clips wings a chance.
And if you don't like it, you can still change back to the scorpion, since the weapon clip wings is quite cheap.